Happy Monday, happy Monday, happy Monday. Our team is on fire. Fire. It just like lit. It started out this weekend, rolled into today. It's just people are lit. People are lit. People are lit. People are lit. Sometimes you just know that you're in the right place at the right time with the right group of people. Just everything seems to be in the right place. It's just so cool to see my inbox just blowing up with people asking questions. I'm really excited about the coaching programs. Just really, it sounds crazy. And I know there's a lot of stuff going on out in the universe, out in the world, out there. And one of the things that we know, if you watch history, and I've got to go back and listen to it again because the training last night talked about where Amazon used to be, where Facebook used to be, where Netflix used to be, where Uber used to be, all them companies back in the day. It's like you can ask this question, if you knew how big Facebook was going to be, or if you knew how big, you just hear my computer's just blown up because we just got off a call, so everybody's just in there chiming in. And if we knew where all those companies were going to be, would you invest in invest in them? And the thing is, right now we all say yes, we would. However, we didn't, right? We didn't. So when you look at stuff and you look at things and you look at the way they're growing, it's easy to have, if foresight were 2020, right? If you could go back in time and rewind the clock and go, oh man, okay, Facebook definitely going to buy stock in them. Google definitely going to buy stock in them. Netflix is going to definitely buy stock in that. Imagine Netflix actually, there's so many lessons in history. Netflix actually went to Blockbuster. And Blockbuster said, stupid idea. And Netflix, if you remember this, when Netflix started, Netflix, you ordered a CD, a DVD, and you paid like $3 and they shipped it to your house, right? And then you would mail it back. That was Netflix. Remember that? That was Netflix. Now Netflix is like, it's all virtual. It's all streaming. So as technology grows, there's another story. It's a story of Brother Typewriter. I don't even know if Brother still makes typewriters anymore. I don't think they do. I think they completely went out of business. But Michael Dell actually went to Brother Computers and said, hey, I have this idea. Because back in the day, computers were all one big box. They were like all one big piece. Like when you bought a computer, the keyboard, the monitor and everything was in this huge, big casey thing, right? And it was funny. And Dell actually went to Brother Typewriter because Brother had these keyboards. It was like a keyboard, and he said, blah blah blah. We want to buy the keyboard, and Brother said, no, we probably don't think we're going to use it very much. And so what Dell did is they went in and bought the patent for the keyboard that Dell had, or that Brother Computer. So Dell actually went in and bought the patent for the Brother Computer keyboards and used those to launch a standalone device. So it had a monitor, it had a tower, and had a keyboard, and revolutionized the way personal computing was done, right? And meanwhile, Brother Typewriter basically went out of business because what do you need a typewriter for when you actually have a computer and a printer? So, hey, Dr. Gardner, thanks for swinging by. So when you think about these things, you think about where technology was, where Amazon was, where Netflix was, where Uber was, where all of these companies used to be, it's really easy to say, oh, I'm going to get in the next big thing. How are you going to know what it is? How will you know what the next big thing is? How are you going to know what it is? Are you going to be able to, do you have a friend that's maybe in the stock market can look at things that are trending and go, okay, this could possibly be the next big thing. Maybe I better buy some stock in this. Oh, wait a minute. I've been out of my job for the last 7 weeks because of COVID-19, right? So how do you know, right? It's easy to say that you know what the next big thing is, right? Excuse me. It's easy to say you know what the next big thing is, but will you really know what that is? So I'm just saying that I know for where I'm for my based on my experience and the things that I've looked at in the past, is there's some companies that just struggle and struggle and struggle and struggle. They have little spurts, and then the spurt will go up and then it'll come back down. It'll go up and it'll come back down. And then you sit back and you watch a company that's been led and being run and being driven by the only man, and you can check the stats on this, and I believe I'm correct, the only true 7-figure earner in network marketing to earn 7 figures in a year. Not only that, went from 0 to 110 million in 10 years. As a distributor in the field of network marketing, retired and came back and started his own company, completely debt-free, and went from 0 to over 40,000 reps and over 750,000 customers in about 16 months. Crazy numbers, crazy numbers, crazy numbers. Has 2 primary products in a vertical, has a bunch more coming down the pipeline, and there's people who are going to watch this live, that are going to see this live now, maybe the next couple of days, that are going to sit around and wait to see what's going to happen, right? And then there's people who are actually in the company that aren't doing anything to put themselves in the way. They're actually got their surfboards. They're on the beach, right? They're on the beach. They know the wave's coming. They're on the beach, but they're just going to stand there and wait. They're going to wait for the big wave, right? They're going to wait for the big wave before they actually start paddling out. They're going to wait for the really big wave so they can get a really good ride into the beach. They're going to wait, right? And they're going to miss. They're going to miss some of the smaller waves that they need to bid in to get the practice, so when the big wave actually comes in, they'll be able to ride it all the way to the beach and have a successful ride to the beach. So I love using that. Now, if you ever been to the North Shore in Hawaii and watch surfing, you would get that. You would understand that whole analogy I just used if you've never watched surfing. I don't surf, but I watched enough of surfing. I used to ride my bicycle up to the North Shore and just sit up there, and I would watch the guys surfing. On my way home, I'd stop and get like a snow cone and eat that, then ride back. But the moral of the story is you've got to be in the right place at the right time and know it. You just have to have that gut feeling like, man, it's and here's the worst case scenario. If you don't take action, nothing's going to happen. If you do take action and nothing happens, at least you took action, right? You can't be the ones like, dang, I missed another one. Dang, I missed another one. Yeah, we know what that is. Yes, we do, Dr. Gardner. And the amazing thing about it is the number of people and the types of people and the professions that you see aligning with our team and coming on board. And as a matter of fact, Dr. Gardner and I are in an accountability group, and just to see the excitement and the numbers growing and things going on like that is absolutely crazy cool. In a current 7-day prospecting blitz right now, getting ready to do a virtual workshop the week after that. Also going to have a lineup of some of my buddies who are doing some interviews. So the next August is going to be fire. And I'm looking at just putting some really cool things in place so that when the end of the year rolls out, we've got our virtual conference coming up the 1st of September, which I'm so excited to be able to. I'm going to rearrange my office in here. I'm going to get my theater chairs. I'm going to put my TV up, and I'm going to kick back, and I'm going to be in a mini event right here. And I know some of us locals, we might get together and do it together. We'll see what happens here, but I'm really excited for that. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Forrest Knight, social media marketing strategist. I love helping people succeed online, on a mission to have no more empty refrigerators, make an extreme impact, and create some legacy. So, and speaking of legacies, this Thursday, 4:15 p.m. Central Standard Time, interview right here. The gentleman I'm going to interview is going to bring the fire. I've known him for quite a while. We've been in business together. We went our separate ways, but we're still in the same type of business. And I'm excited to get him on here and get his thoughts about entrepreneurship, hear his story, talk about his vision, get some insight from him. It's going to be absolutely powerful. So really excited to do that. And just got a lot of stuff going on this. So if you're sitting at home on your couch, or maybe you're catching a live and you're going like, who is this guy? I don't know him. What I challenge you to do is do your homework. Don't take anything for granted. If something doesn't feel right, don't do it, right? Seriously, don't do it. It doesn't matter how much you like me. If the opportunity doesn't feel like, if you don't like it, then don't do it, because you can't force anything, right? You can't force anything to work. You might see somebody that's a really good, say in a relationship, you might, man, they look really nice, but maybe you get a weird feeling about it. It's like the person looks nice or a nice person, but it doesn't feel like the right relationship to be in it. That's absolutely okay. Just keep looking for something that's going to be your deal. Don't chase the money, chase the why. Don't chase the money, chase the why. If your why is big enough, I'm telling you, I used to, I forgot who, I think it was Danette Oaks or Danny Johnson now, she calls herself, used to say, when the why is big enough, the facts don't count. And I actually think she got that from Bill Britt, the Amway guy. So in all of that, saying all that, said all that to say this: find something, attach yourself to it, go after it. The time is right now, not next week, not next Monday, but the time is right now. Reach out to as many people, knock on their doors, put as many messages of hope, invitations of hope into their inboxes, because there might be that one Ingrid out there that's going to, that you need to knock on her door and inspire her to go out and change her life and make a big impact. So let's talk about video marketing really quick. 7 days of video marketing, that's what I'm going to talk about. I just had to talk about that because I'm really excited about what's coming up in the next 30 to 60 to 90 days. If you don't have a business, you don't have a team, you're looking for something, come and try mine out. Come and try my business out. Check it out. We'll teach you how to market. We'll teach you how to prospect. We'll teach you how to do everything you need. We'll teach you a simple 4-step system that will absolutely blow you away in how simple it is. Not easy. It's a simple 4-step system. Definitely reach out to me. Shoot me a private message. I'll get you some information on it. If it's a fit for you, we move forward. If not, absolutely okay. I've got tons of friends in the business. I can point you at somebody. You can go check out their deal until you can find somewhere that's going to be a home that's going to work out for you, right? Because my goal is to help you make an impact wherever you land, right? So for video marketing, I'm going to talk about some things here really quick. I'm going to talk about some of my favorite tools, and then through the week, I'm going to actually do some deep diving and digging into them and show you why I like them. So one of my favorites, if you haven't guessed it, is right here you're looking at, is StreamYard. StreamYard, I ran into maybe about 60 days ago. It's got a lot of cool features. Matter of fact, like the feature like right here behind me, I don't know if you can see it, like this is a green screen. And what I did to create this green screen behind me, well, come back, stay focused. We're talking about software. We're going to get in all this stuff around here. Focus. So matter of fact, this green screen behind me is one of the features that are available inside StreamYard. And it's like, well, why Forrest? Why would you want a StreamYard? Well, or why would you want a green screen? In a green screen technology, I can use the props behind me to push a message, right? To push an agenda. So I'm doing video marketing. So if you can see this, right? Video marketing. Okay. Now you can't really say it. I could build it and do a graphic and put it up here somewhere so you can see it better and do something like that. That's the point. So I can move that around depending on what I'm doing for the week. When I do my legacy creators on Thursdays, I'll change the background. It's going to have legacy creators up behind me. It's a different thing. The reason I do that is because, for example, for this 7-day video prospecting or video marketing series that I'm doing, I'm also pushing the YouTube. So on YouTube, when I put them on my YouTube channel, I can create this all in one channel, and they all have a similar look, right? They'll have a similar background. They have a similar look. So when somebody's scrolling through my my YouTube channel where these are at, it's like, ooh, there's a 7-day series. Oh, there's a 4-day series. And they're all in a series of episodes. It makes it really easy for people to find them when you think about that from a visual standpoint or visual marketing point. So StreamYard, I can put up the backgrounds, and you can do that on Zoom as well. Another cool thing about this is I can share a screen. Now you have to have it works best if you use a split monitor. I have another monitor up here. I went to Walmart and bought it for like $150. I don't even think it costs that much. No, this is the one I won in a contest. I actually won this in a Christmas giveaway thingy. So actually, this is my free monitor. I love free stuff. So actually, man, I won a lot of stuff. I won a TV. I get a lot of free stuff. Got a free coffee pot. Got free shoes. Anyway, so I actually won this TV. I think it's a 32-inch Vizio, but I've got it plugged in over here as my second monitor, so I can do a split screen. If you guys have seen me like do some type of training or something, I can actually do a split screen. I have an HDMI cable plugged up, so I can do a split screen to it, which is neat. A couple of other things. You see the streaming banner just going across the screen right here. I can go and I can change that up. Of course, I can put in my stuff right here. You can see this right here. I can talk about that over there. Put Coach Knight in here. I can also put up, if I wanted to, what's the graphics? I can put graphics up here behind me that sort of float around inside the deal. So there's a lot that you can do with StreamYard. I can bring multiple guests on. I can bring a guest on a split screen. I think now that the technology says I can bring up to 10 guests. I can also do a StreamYard on my iPad. So if I'm out somewhere in public, I can do a StreamYard with the same exact technology using my iPad. I think outside on my iPad. I don't know if I can do the green screen behind me on the iPad, but I know I can definitely do it on a computer, which is very, very neat. Somebody said cool, whoever that user is, you popped up in the group. And if you happen to be in one of the groups or in one of the other channels, you need to click that link up there that says StreamYard so that you can actually bring in, I can see who you are. So that's just some of the features in here that are available in the StreamYard platform. This is probably one of my favorites right now. Oh, and the other, oh my God, I almost missed the favorite part. So I'm actually streaming this right now. So I've got it on my timeline. I've got it on my Facebook, 1, 2, 3. I've got it in 2 Facebook pages. I've got it in a Facebook group, the Legacy Creators group. I've got it on 2 YouTube channels, and I'm over on Periscope. So it's all streaming to all of those platforms at one time. So imagine if you're only doing this on Facebook, you've got to download it and upload it to all those other platforms. If you don't have time, if you're a busy professional like me and you don't have time and you want stuff that's simple, that's why we have the simple 4-step system. It's made for busy professionals who like to create an online income that's not going to interfere with what they're currently doing in their day job. So that's why I use software like this. Now here I'm going to piggyback and I'm going to double up on this. It's very cool. A secondary software that I use in conjunction with this is called LiveLeap. LiveLeap is very, very cool because it was sort of like StreamYard Mini. LiveLeap, you can go in and do the same thing. I can create a series of places that I want the videos to go, the lives to go. So what I did was I went in there and I sort of added that as an addition to this. But the cool thing about LiveLeap is I can take all of my prospects, right? I can take my list and I can create 2 lists inside of LiveLeap. One is I can create my text list. So I can take all the mobile phone numbers for everybody that I have mobile numbers for. And then I can take all my email addresses for everyone I have email addresses for. And I can create lists inside of LiveLeap. So when I go live, this system right here, StreamYard, because I'm on my profile, actually tells LiveLeap that I just went live, and it actually syndicates to those 2 lists and tells everybody on those lists that I'm about to go live. Now, if they miss a live for some reason, it's cool because, of course, Facebook Lives are evergreen. So LiveLeap now has the opportunity to do that and tell everybody. And by the way, if you like the list of software that I use to go live, shoot me a private message. I'll definitely get those over to you. Those 2. Then my third one, and you guys have seen me talk about it, I just did a couple of trainings here this last week. My third video platform that I like to use is Vimeo. Vimeo can go live on Vimeo. They haven't attached it in here yet. I'll be glad when they add the API for it. I'm going to have to try it out when I log off. I might be able to do Vimeo on here. I know. We'll find out tomorrow. We'll find out tonight. But I think you have to have a paid subscription. I don't know why my phone just decided to talk to me. But I think you have to have an upgraded paid subscription to go live on Vimeo, if I remember correctly. Anyway, so I'll check it out. If I can go live, we'll figure it out tomorrow. But Vimeo, the cool thing about Vimeo, there's a lot of video features in there that you can do to upgrade. One is you can do first frames in there. You can do the same thing on YouTube. YouTube's a little cumbersome. So I can do a couple of things with the Vimeo platform. One is I can stream and record and upload a video to it. So all of this video is right here. Oh, go and come back to StreamYard. Let me catch up. So once I do this live at the end, it's going to have my broadcast. I can actually go in and I can download the broadcast and I can actually save it to my computer so I can use it for something else. So for example, if I wanted to take this recording right here, I could record it and save it. Eventually, hopefully, we'll be able to stream to Vimeo directly from this platform. I won't have to worry about doing that. But I can put this video on Vimeo. I can embed an email capture form into that Vimeo video. So I can actually put that Vimeo video on a lead magnet with the lead capture built in. I can do the lead capture in the beginning. I can do the lead capture in the middle. Or I can do the lead capture at the end, depending on what I want that video to do. Maybe in the beginning, I open up that Vimeo video and I say blah, 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 10 steps to do XYZ PDQ. And if you'd like 10 additional steps, right behind me, as soon as I finish talking, there's going to be an email form that's going to pop up on this video. Put your email in there, and I'll give you 10 additional tips on how to XYZ PDQ, right? Because I created some value. Now I ask for the email. And this is all on a video that I put on a lead capture page. That's one thing you can do with a Vimeo video. The other thing that you can do with a Vimeo video, which I really like in terms of is downloadable. So you can pretty much download them to just about anywhere you want to put them in terms of lining them up with where you want to go. Let's see, there was another feature on Vimeo. Let me think what it was. That's probably my favorite Vimeo video feature. Let's see, the email capture. Another thing you can do, say for example, if I wanted to do a video training series on Vimeo, I can go through a video and say, congratulations, you completed video 1. If you would like to watch video 2, click the button that's going to pop up right at the end of this video, and they can click that and they can go into the next video series. Or I can have a teaser video at the front that sort of, hey, we're looking for some people to expand our business. This opportunity may or may not be for you, and give them a little short teaser video that says, if you'd like the full-blown opportunity, click the button that's right at the end of this video. Then they go into the next opportunity. Maybe on that opportunity, they'll then have an email. So there's a lot of ways that you can use Vimeo in terms of driving people sort of through a video funnel. You create a video funnel, which is really cool. You can create folders in there, just a lot of neat stuff that you can do with Vimeo. So those are my 3 favorite platforms right now in terms of video marketing. Of course, there's YouTube, which is a whole nother story, and it's a whole nother platform in itself in terms of doing things like that. Vimeo also has features that you can actually do on your phone. You can upload directly from your phone into Vimeo. There's a lot of things that you can do from that. So if you like my list of the video platforms, and we're going to break these down through the week, I'm going to do some deep dives. We'll see if I can actually screen share my StreamYard page so you can take a look at that. We'll walk through that. We'll StreamYard LiveLeap so I can show you how to set up a route of what we call a social route through LiveLeap. Set that up so you can see how that works. And then we'll get a little more of a deep dive into Vimeo. And we'll do this all throughout the week. We're going to talk about just some cool tools and setups available, or just talk about how my desk, maybe I'll take my phone and we can do a live and I'll show you how my desk is all set up here with my lighting and camera and all that kind of stuff. You can take a look at it. And the whole point of video marketing, as we know, is to get your message out there. One of the things I really love to say is because I love cold prospecting, and a lot of people are into warm market prospecting, which is absolutely cool. One of our coaches, and I guess my coach mentor, coach peer, whatever you want to call her, she is very good at cold prospecting and building rapport all at the same time. She just has this natural conversational way that she goes about having a conversation. And when you get really good at cold prospecting, where you can actually send out a message and then when they reply, you can turn that into a conversation. You can build instant rapport with somebody in a cold market. That you got to think about this. Everybody that you know right now, your bestest of best friends, at one time they were a cold prospect. At one time they were a cold prospect. At one time, there's a bug flying around here. At one time, you did not know who they were, right? They were a cold prospect. So you go back and you think about your best friend that you have right now. How did you meet them? How did you guys become best friends? How did you get connected? Somebody had to walk over and say, hey, girlfriend, you got some nice shoes, or hey, that's a really nice ring, or hey, I like your dress, or hey, you want to come outside and play? If you're talking about younger kids who've been best friends that long, hey, you met somewhere and you connected. You had some type of connection, you had a conversation, and you began to become friends, right? Because you weren't just born best friends with somebody. Everybody that you know right now, you didn't know them. They were all cold prospects until you knew them. So when we talk about cold market prospecting, some of those people could end up being your best friends. You just never know. But they're not going to know until you knock on their door and say, hey, little Jimmy, would you like to come out and ride bikes with me? Or hey, would you like to come out and play? Or hey, I'm just curious. We've got a softball league going on down the street. We know you're new to the neighborhoods. Why don't you like to come join? Do you play softball? That's absolutely okay. If not, maybe you can just bring the family, come and watch us play. Hey, curious, I'm expanding my business in your area. I know we don't know each other. I'm just curious, you might want to come out and play, watch my video, see if it's something you want to do, right? When you get into that concept, cold prospecting isn't any different than real life. It isn't any different in real life. And the way that you can make your video marketing fit into that is you give people an opportunity to get to know, like you, and trust you, right? You think about new neighbors moving into the neighborhood. You watch them from across the street. You're looking through the blinds to see what kind of stuff they're moving in the house. And you see they're moving in the furniture, and you see they got a couple of kids running around the yard, and you're watching them, and the wife says, honey, I'm going to bake them a pie. We got to welcome to the neighborhood. Primarily because you're being nosy, right? And you bake them that pie or the quiche or whatever, and you walk it across the street to them after they sort of get moved in and they still don't have anything unpacked, and you knock on the door and you're sort of nervous, like, what are you thinking? Hi, we're Joe and Susie. We're your neighbors across the street. You're trying to look in around them and see what's going on in their house, and you got the pies. We just wanted to welcome you to the neighborhood. In the back of your mind, it's like, this lasagna is the worst I've ever baked. I hope they like it. And we brought you some lasagna. It's our favorite food. Welcome to the neighborhood. Oh, yeah, okay. Hi, Mike and Sally. Yeah, you got some kids? Yeah, cool. I saw them running around. What do you guys do? Oh, really nice. Welcome to the neighborhood. And that's how you introduce yourself to complete strangers that you never knew. Then 10 years from now, you're like best friends. You've been to barbecues. You've done things. Your kids have gone to school. You've been in PTA meetings together. And you have to think back to that first day when you took them that horrible plate of lasagna that you're not very good at making, right? And you think about that. So that's video marketing. Video marketing is the same way. You give people an opportunity to watch you. You give people an opportunity to reach out to you. You give people an opportunity to know you, like you, and trust you from a distance. So when you're sending those cold market prospecting messages out, when you're putting those messages of hope into their inbox, they're more likely to maybe even go back and revisit them. As a matter of fact, I just got a message from a lady yesterday who had sent a message to, I don't know, 60, 90 days ago or something. She says, I've watched your presentation like 5 times. Now, I didn't want to tell her because every time she watches it, my presentation tells me she watches it. And every time she'd watch it, so about the 3rd time she watched it, I stopped sending her a message. Because the first 2 times I say, hey, I see that you've completed watching, what did you like most about what you saw? And it's just standard reply, and she didn't reply back. And then, of course, she watched it again. And I'm like, And I put out, I see you watched my presentation again. I told her, I said, I see you watched my presentation again. Did you have some additional questions? Let me know. And I actually sent my phone number and nothing back. She watched it again and she watched it again. And I'm like, there's something weird going on here. So she actually sent me a message, says, I've been watching your presentation and I've got a couple of questions. And she started asking all these questions. And I said, well, and she says, how do I get started with this? And I was like, ching. So sometimes people need to grow in their own deals, but here's a cool thing I found out about it. She said, I've been watching your lives, right? And being able to hear that, I'm like, yes. So when you're doing your video marketing and you're putting yourself out there on the planet and you're talking about the 5 circles of things that you like to do, and that's a whole nother training Coach Elsa does. She does an absolutely wonderful job on that. When you're talking about the things that you love to talk about, like I love video marketing, I love marketing, I love the concept, I love sales, I love small business, I love that stuff. It's hard to get around me and not me talk about that, and that's what I love to do. I love the concept of being able to create my own deal and create my own income and not really have to rely on somebody else. And the cool thing about it is it hasn't quite happened. I've done it a couple of times and it goes up and bombs and it's cool. Okay, I know it worked, right? It's sort of like baking a cake, right? You bake a cake and you come in and it comes out okay. And then the next time you do it again, and then sometimes you forget to put the eggs in, it comes out flat. So you just keep coming back because you know you're going to get better and better and better and better and better and better and better. The more you show up, the more you show up. And then eventually you're just going to land in the right place. God's going to put the right circle of people around you and the right circle of influence around you to know that I've got some really good friends in the last 6 months from being in my coaching program, from being in my business, that I would have never met in a million years. 1, if it wasn't for the internet, and 2, if it wouldn't have been making that decision back in September, say, you know what, I think I'm going to go a little bit different direction. My gut, my God thing is telling me to go in a different direction, and I did. And as a result, my business went, right? So going back to what I was saying in the very beginning of the live is sometimes being in the right place, being in the right place at the right time is important, but knowing it is even more important. So I love you. Jesus loves you. If you want my list of my favorite video marketing tools, shoot me a private message. We're going to go dive deep into some of this stuff. And if you have any questions about how you should set something up or how you should use a tool, or if you've got a tool out there you might be interested in, shoot me a message on it. I might have used it before, have an opinion. I might say I have no clue, but either way, just let me know and I'll definitely get you information. So I love you. Jesus loves you. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. On a mission to have no more empty refrigerators. Go out and make an extreme impact and create some legacies. We'll see you later. Peace out. Bye-bye.